Beloved, the truly intelligent and wise are not those who announce every thought or broadcast every dream. They are those who walk quietly, carrying within them things too precious to be laid bare for the world's careless scrutiny. There are hidden chambers in their hearts, realms of thought and feeling reserved for their communion with God, for trusted souls alone, or even for no one but themselves. The most discerning among us choose not to display all that they know, feel, or plan, for they understand the value of restraint, a grace woven into the fabric of wisdom itself. An intelligent person often carries their inner struggles in silence, holding close the burdens they bear. They understand that life is filled with challenges unique to each soul, and they choose to carry their own quietly, respecting the journey that each difficulty presents. It's not out of pride or secrecy, but out of an understanding that not every struggle needs to be shared. This silence offers them the space to process, reflect, and learn without the added voices or judgments of others. They see struggle as a personal path to growth, one that often deepens wisdom and strength. There is a quiet dignity in facing adversity without announcing it. An intelligent person may face deep challenges, but they do so with grace, choosing not to draw unnecessary attention to their pain. By keeping their trials private, they avoid external distractions and focus solely on the inner work that hardship demands. In silence they wrestle with doubts, overcome fears, and confront their own weaknesses. Each step taken in solitude becomes a foundation upon which they build resilience and character, which ultimately radiates without words. In their solitude they find clarity and understanding that external support might cloud. The absence of outside noise allows them to hear the soft yet profound voice of inner wisdom. They often find that in solitude, answers reveal themselves, answers that wouldn't emerge if shared too freely with the world. There is a deep respect for the lessons that arise in silence, for these lessons are personal and hold truths that only they can fully understand. By carrying their struggles alone, they are strengthened in ways the world may never know. While they may not outwardly share their burdens, they are not unaware of the need for connection. An intelligent person values relationships deeply, but knows that some trials must be faced alone. In doing so, they not only guard their own heart, but respect the emotional space of others. They understand that carrying their own burdens quietly also allows them to be present for others in need, without overwhelming those around them with their own issues. This balance shows a depth of empathy that few may realize, but it remains central to their strength. Through quiet endurance, an intelligent person builds an inner resilience that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. They recognize that in life's struggles, there is a refining process at work, a shaping of character, wisdom, and virtue. This resilience becomes a steady foundation, allowing them to face future challenges with greater poise and calm. The journey through struggle, walked in silence, becomes a testament to their strength and a source of inspiration to those who may later witness the results of their endurance. Intelligent people recognize that sharing every struggle can sometimes dilute the significance of the lesson within. Instead of seeking comfort in others, they find comfort in the growth that struggle brings. They often look back on hardships with gratitude, seeing them as essential teachers rather than unfortunate events. The process of enduring hardship alone teaches them a unique type of gratitude and appreciation for both the highs and lows of life. This gratitude shapes their view of life, allowing them to see value even in difficult moments. Silently carrying struggles also allows them to observe rather than react to the world around them. They use the wisdom gained from past challenges to make better choices and respond thoughtfully. By facing hardship alone, they become more discerning about the company they keep, the causes they pursue, and the values they uphold. The struggles they endure alone become a compass, guiding them toward a life of purpose and integrity that reflects their true character rather than mere reaction to external pressures. An intelligent person's quiet resilience may not always be understood by those around them, but it leaves a lasting impact. They may not vocalize the hardships they faced, yet their strength is evident. This silent strength draws others to them, offering an example of what it means to endure with grace. By keeping their struggles private, they allow others to see only the light they carry forward. In a world that often seeks validation through sharing, their quiet endurance is a rare and valuable trait, one that inspires strength in others. Moreover, the act of bearing struggles privately fosters a deep trust in their own abilities and the process of life itself. By choosing not to seek constant reassurance from others, they cultivate self-reliance and inner confidence. Each struggle they face alone is a reminder that they are capable, resilient, and able to withstand life's challenges. This quiet confidence becomes a bedrock, a source of assurance that no matter what arises, they will be able to overcome it, just as they have done before. In their choice to bear struggles quietly, intelligent people not only preserve their own strength but also uplift those around them. Their silence speaks volumes, embodying a calm assurance that whispers of hope, perseverance, and unwavering faith. In every struggle faced alone, they build a legacy of resilience, grace, and wisdom, a legacy that speaks not in words but in the quiet, steadfast manner in which they live. An intelligent person often keeps their ambitions close, understanding that goals are best nurtured in quiet determination rather than public announcement. They realize that sharing too much of their vision with others can lead to misunderstandings, envy, or even premature judgment. By choosing to cultivate their aspirations privately, they build their plans upon a solid foundation, one that's free from the pressures of external expectations. This allows them the freedom to grow, adapt, and refine their goals without the interference or opinion of others. Their dreams are sacred, held in the silence of their hearts where they can blossom without constraint. Their ambitions are not fed by the praise of others but by an inner calling that drives them forward. In silence they work diligently, pouring effort into their craft, their pursuits, and their passions. Every day they take small steps toward their dreams, valuing steady progress over the thrill of public validation. By keeping their ambitions close, they avoid the distractions of the crowd and focus solely on the path that lies before them. This focused determination becomes a wellspring of strength, fueling them even when the journey becomes difficult or the end seems far away. Silence also grants them the mental space to fully envision their goals, enabling them to dream big without the limitations imposed by others' opinions. In private, they can let their imagination roam, picturing a future that might seem impossible to others. They cultivate bold visions, unhindered by the constraints of society's expectations. This inner space becomes fertile ground for creativity and innovation, where they can test ideas, refine strategies, and visualize success. An intelligent person understands that great dreams require nurturing and patience, free from the hasty criticism or doubts of the outside world. Keeping their ambitions private also protects them from the risk of external interference or manipulation. They are not swayed by others' opinions on what they should be doing or how they ought to approach their goals. Instead, they remain true to their vision, focused solely on what they know to be right for them. By guarding their ambitions, they retain the autonomy to pursue their dreams as they see fit, without bending to others' agendas. This autonomy gives them the freedom to evolve at their own pace, adapting and adjusting their plans as they grow and learn along the way. The choice to remain silent about their ambitions also allows them to observe and learn from others without comparison or competition. Free from the need to prove themselves, they can draw inspiration from the world around them, absorbing lessons that they later incorporate into their own journey. They watch, they listen, and they learn, constantly gathering insights that refine their path forward. In quiet observation, they gain a wealth of knowledge that aids them in achieving their goals. Their ambition is fueled not by rivalry, but by a genuine desire to grow, to improve, and to reach their fullest potential. Ambitions guarded in silence provide a source of inner strength, serving as a well of motivation that cannot be easily shaken by external circumstances. An intelligent person understands that public recognition is fleeting, but the fulfillment of one's personal dreams carries a lasting impact. They find comfort and purpose in the knowledge that they are working towards something meaningful, regardless of whether others acknowledge or understand it. This inner motivation remains steadfast through highs and lows, anchoring them during times of challenge and providing direction when they feel lost or uncertain. An intelligent person also recognizes that ambitions shared too openly can sometimes invite unnecessary negativity or even sabotage. In silence, they are able to shield themselves from detractors or those who might wish to see them fail. By keeping their goals to themselves, they create a protective boundary around their dreams, allowing them to grow undisturbed by outside criticism or interference. This protective boundary grants them the freedom to make mistakes, to learn, and to improve without the added pressure of public scrutiny. Their ambition is safeguarded, allowing them to pursue greatness in a way that is both humble and resilient. With each passing day, they nurture their ambition through action, not words. Instead of seeking validation through announcements or proclamations, they focus on tangible progress, trusting that results will speak louder than intentions ever could. The quiet diligence with which they pursue their goals becomes a testament to their strength and commitment, revealing their ambitions only through the fruits of their labor. Their silent pursuit of excellence not only fulfills their dreams but also inspires others to approach their own goals with similar dedication and humility. They become an example of what can be achieved when ambition is paired with patience and persistence. The silent pursuit of ambition allows them to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Without the pressure of meeting others' expectations, they are free to embrace each step of the process, learning and growing along the way. They find joy in the small victories, the lessons learned, and the progress made, savoring each moment without the need for external validation. Their ambition, held quietly within, becomes a source of personal fulfillment that no one else can define or diminish. It is a journey they undertake for themselves, guided by their own vision and driven by their own desire to achieve. Ultimately, an intelligent person's silent ambition becomes a light that shines not outwardly, but deeply within. Their dreams, safeguarded in solitude, become a source of strength, purpose, and inner peace. They find that in quietly pursuing their goals, they are able to maintain integrity, preserve humility, and cultivate resilience. They move forward not with fanfare, but with a quiet determination that leaves an indelible mark on those around them. Their ambition, though unseen, becomes a testament to the power of silent strength and the fulfillment found in pursuing one's dreams with grace and resolve. An intelligent person often chooses to keep their knowledge understated, understanding that wisdom is not measured by how loudly it is proclaimed, but by how deeply it is practiced. They know that true knowledge is not something to be flaunted, but rather something to be nurtured and wielded with humility. They approach learning with a quiet diligence, never rushing to demonstrate what they know, but instead choosing to apply their insights carefully and thoughtfully. This deep understanding comes not from the need to be seen as wise, but from a genuine desire to comprehend the world and its complexities. Their knowledge is not merely academic, it is lived and applied. They are aware that knowledge without action is like a seed left unplanted. They strive to apply what they learn in meaningful ways, knowing that understanding the world around them is far more valuable when it leads to change, growth, and improvement. This knowledge becomes a tool, one that they use not for self-aggrandizement, but for the betterment of others. They are constantly seeking to refine their understanding, knowing that true wisdom is always evolving, expanding, and deepening. While others may boast of their accomplishments and flaunt their understanding, the intelligent person knows that there is no value in superficial display. They keep their knowledge close, choosing instead to offer it when it is needed most, knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. They understand that knowledge is often most powerful when it is offered at the right moment and in the right manner. By exercising discretion, they are able to avoid the pitfalls of arrogance and pride, choosing humility over vanity and patience over the need for recognition. Their pursuit of knowledge is guided by a thirst for truth, not for the praise of others. They are unafraid of the discomfort that comes with challenging existing ideas or confronting difficult truths. This insatiable curiosity leads them to explore subjects deeply, to question what others may take for granted, and to seek out knowledge that is often overlooked. They understand that true knowledge is not confined to the surface. It is found in the depths, in the spaces where few are willing to look or delve. This constant quest for deeper understanding is what sets them apart, for they know that knowledge is never stagnant, always moving and growing. The intelligent person is also aware that knowledge is not limited to the acquisition of facts or theories. It encompasses understanding human nature, emotions, and motivations. They have an intuitive grasp of the complexities of the human soul, which makes them keenly aware of how others think, feel, and behave. This insight allows them to navigate relationships with ease, knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to remain silent. They use their understanding of human nature to offer support, guidance, and comfort, always seeking to help others grow while remaining gentle in their approach. Their knowledge extends beyond the intellectual realm and reaches into the spiritual. They are aware that there is much to learn from the unseen world, from the mysteries of faith, and the depths of human spirit. This spiritual knowledge shapes their character, deepening their understanding of their purpose and place in the world. They do not view knowledge as something to be hoarded, but as something to be shared, spread, and used to foster growth in others. Their pursuit of wisdom is not just for personal gain, but for the enrichment of their community and the world at large. An intelligent person understands that knowledge is not static, but constantly evolving. They seek to challenge their own perspectives, pushing themselves to learn new things, even when it is uncomfortable. They embrace the idea that what they know today may not be the full truth, and that further exploration may reveal new insights that alter their understanding. This openness to learning, even from those who are younger or less experienced, keeps them humble and grounded. It prevents them from falling into the trap of thinking that their knowledge is complete, allowing them to remain open to new ideas, insights, and experiences. Moreover, the intelligent person understands that knowledge carries responsibility. They do not use their wisdom to dominate or manipulate others, but instead seek to uplift and encourage. They know that their knowledge can be a source of power, but it is a power that must be used responsibly. It is not something to be flaunted or wielded with pride, but something to be used with care, always seeking the greater good. They understand the weight of their insights and choose to wield them with humility, seeking to benefit others rather than seeking attention for themselves. Finally, their knowledge, though often concealed, is evident in their actions. It is not something that they announce or boast about, but is instead demonstrated through their behavior. They are the ones who offer guidance when it is needed, the ones who lead by example, and the ones who quietly but firmly hold to what is right. Their actions speak louder than any words, revealing the depth of their understanding and the strength of their character. In this way, their knowledge is not just a matter of the mind, but of the heart, reflecting a life lived with purpose and wisdom. An intelligent person often understands that true generosity extends far beyond the material realm. While others might view generosity as simply giving money or possessions, the intelligent individual recognizes that the most valuable gifts are often intangible. They know that generosity is an act of the heart, one that reflects the soul's ability to empathize with others. For them, the greatest generosity is not in what they give, but in how they give it with thoughtfulness, care, and genuine concern for the needs of others. Their acts of kindness are not driven by obligation, but by a deep, authentic desire to enrich the lives of others. Generosity for the intelligent person is rooted in humility. They do not give to garner praise or to be seen as benevolent. Instead, their generosity flows from a place of quiet strength, grounded in the understanding that what they have is a gift. Whether it is their time, resources, or knowledge, they give because they recognize the privilege of having been entrusted with such gifts. Their willingness to share is not born from excess, but from a sense of responsibility, an awareness that their blessings are not theirs to keep, but to distribute to others in need. One of the hallmarks of an intelligent person's generosity is their ability to discern the needs of others. They are not quick to offer help where it is not needed or where it will not be appreciated, but instead they take the time to understand the true struggles of those around them. They do not give out of a sense of duty or guilt, but out of a deep empathy for the challenges others face. Their generosity is wise, guided by a thoughtful understanding of what will bring the most benefit, and they offer help in the most meaningful and impactful way possible. Another key aspect of their generosity is their willingness to invest time and energy into others. They know that the greatest gift they can offer is not material wealth, but their presence. They recognize that the most valuable commodity in today's world is time, and they are willing to give it freely to those in need. Whether it is offering a listening ear, providing guidance, or spending time with someone in pain, the intelligent person invests themselves fully. They understand that time is something that can never be reclaimed, and so they give it generously, knowing that it may be the most valuable thing they can offer to someone in need. The intelligent person is also generous in their willingness to teach and share their knowledge. They do not hoard information, but instead they seek to empower others by passing on what they have learned. They understand that true wisdom is not meant to be kept to oneself, but shared so that others can grow and prosper. They are always ready to offer guidance to help someone understand a concept or to provide the insights they have gained over the years. This type of generosity is rooted in the belief that knowledge is a gift that should be shared, not hoarded, for it has the power to change lives and shape futures. Their generosity extends beyond immediate circles and into the broader community. They see the bigger picture, understanding that their actions can have a ripple effect. They invest in the betterment of the community, whether through charitable work, mentoring, or simply by offering kindness to strangers. They understand that the world is interconnected, and their generosity is not confined to their inner circle but extends to those who might be in need, regardless of their background or circumstances. In doing so, they contribute to a culture of kindness, building a legacy of goodwill that will last long after they are gone. The intelligent person is also generous in their forgiveness. They understand the power of grace and the healing that comes from releasing grudges and resentment. Generosity for them is not just about what they give materially, but about what they choose to let go. They extend forgiveness freely, recognizing that harboring bitterness does not serve them or anyone else. Their ability to forgive is rooted in a deep understanding of the human condition, and their capacity to show mercy is a reflection of their own inner peace and strength. This generosity of spirit allows them to move forward in life without being weighed down by the past. But finally, the intelligent person's generosity is a reflection of their values. It is a way of living out their beliefs and demonstrating their character. It is not an isolated act, but rather a continuous thread woven throughout their lives. They live with an open heart, always looking for ways to be of service to others, not because they seek recognition or reward, but because they know it is the right thing to do. Their generosity is a natural outpouring of their values, and through it they inspire others to give freely, to live selflessly, and to make the world a better place. In all these ways, the intelligent person's generosity is an expression of their wisdom, their understanding of life's fleeting nature, and their deep commitment to leaving the world better than they found it. They give not because they have much, but because they understand the richness of life comes not from what one accumulates, but from what one shares. Their generosity, though quiet, is profound and lasting, touching lives in ways that words alone cannot express. It is this generosity, both in action and spirit, that marks their greatness and leaves a lasting legacy. An intelligent person's pain is often hidden beneath layers of composure and poise. Unlike others, they do not easily wear their struggles on their sleeves. Instead, they carry their burdens in silence, protecting their vulnerabilities from the public eye. Their pain is deeply personal and not something they seek sympathy for. They have learned to bear it with a sense of dignity, knowing that suffering is a part of the human condition, yet refusing to let it define them. For them, the experience of pain is not an invitation for others to pity them, but a private journey of growth and understanding. In the depths of their suffering, an intelligent person will often seek answers. They approach pain analytically, attempting to understand its cause, its purpose, and its potential to shape their character. They reflect on their circumstances, trying to make sense of the hardship and use it as a tool for personal development. For them, pain is not a meaningless experience, but a lesson to be learned, an opportunity to strengthen their resilience and deepen their wisdom. They do not run from pain, but face it head-on, determined to emerge from it with a greater sense of self-awareness. However, this intellectual approach to pain does not mean that they are immune to its emotional weight. Beneath their reasoned exterior, an intelligent person experiences the same emotional turbulence as anyone else. They may suppress their tears and control their reactions, but inside they feel the full force of their anguish. It is in these moments, when the intellect can no longer find solace, that they learn the most about themselves. Pain has a way of breaking through the defenses of the mind and forcing them to confront their deepest fears, doubts, and insecurities. This vulnerability, though difficult, ultimately leads to a richer understanding of their own humanity. Their pain also drives them to seek solace in ways that others may not understand. Rather than turning to distractions or unhealthy coping mechanisms, an intelligent person may seek comfort in deeper, more introspective avenues. They may turn to literature, philosophy, or spirituality for guidance. They understand that the answers to life's suffering are not always found in external sources, but often in the stillness of their own thoughts and reflections. Through reading, meditation, or quiet contemplation, they seek the wisdom to navigate their pain and emerge from it with greater clarity. Sometimes an intelligent person's pain is tied to a sense of isolation. They may feel misunderstood, as if their inner turmoil cannot be fully comprehended by others. Their intellect may set them apart, making it difficult for them to find someone who can truly relate to the depth of their struggles. In these moments they may retreat inward, seeking comfort within their own mind. However, they are aware that this isolation, while necessary at times for reflection, can also perpetuate their pain. They learn that true healing often comes through connection with others, even if that connection is just a simple acknowledgement of shared humanity. One of the hardest aspects of an intelligent person's pain is the pressure they place on themselves to remain composed, even when they are breaking inside. Their high standards and self-reliance can make it difficult for them to ask for help, even when they need it most. They pride themselves on their ability to handle adversity on their own, and as a result they may internalize their pain, refusing to let others see how deeply they are suffering. Yet, deep down, they know that no one can endure alone forever. The pain of isolation is often the greatest burden they carry, even as they struggle to reach out for support. In their quieter moments, an intelligent person may wrestle with the idea of their pain serving a greater purpose. They may question why suffering is necessary, or why they must endure hardship when others seem to live without struggle. Yet through their introspection they come to understand that pain is not always a punishment but a catalyst for growth. It forces them to confront their limitations and learn to adapt. They discover that their capacity for endurance is greater than they imagined, and that each trial is an opportunity to stretch the boundaries of their strength. Ultimately, the pain of an intelligent person becomes a crucible in which their character is refined. It is through the fires of suffering that they are tempered, emerging stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Though they would not wish for pain to be a part of their journey, they recognize that it is often through hardship that they learn the most about themselves. It teaches them humility, resilience, and the importance of empathy. In the end, their pain becomes a silent partner in their growth, shaping them into the person they are meant to become. An intelligent person, though often perceived as strong and capable, is not without their weaknesses. Their greatest strength, logic, reason, and clear thinking can also be the source of their vulnerability. In their pursuit of perfection, they may sometimes overlook the nuances of human emotion, believing that every problem can be solved with the right knowledge or strategy. Yet the world is full of mysteries that cannot always be untangled with reason alone. Their inability to reconcile these complexities with their need for clarity can leave them feeling helpless or disconnected from others who may not think in such structured terms. They can become frustrated when emotions do not fit into logical frameworks, and this frustration can hinder their ability to connect on a deeper level with people who think and feel differently. Their intellectual nature, while a gift, can also make them prone to overanalysis. Intelligent people tend to examine situations from every possible angle, meticulously weighing options and outcomes. While this is often a strength in decision-making, it can lead to a debilitating form of paralysis. When confronted with a dilemma, their propensity to analyze every possibility can leave them stuck in a cycle of indecision. What should be a straightforward decision becomes clouded by an endless stream of what-ifs, leaving them uncertain and often delaying action. This overthinking can drain their energy, making them feel as though they are moving in circles, stuck in a loop of contemplation without progress. Furthermore, an intelligent person may struggle with vulnerability. They have learned to rely on their intellect to navigate the world, and as a result they may resist showing any weakness or need for help. Asking for assistance feels like admitting inadequacy, and they pride themselves on their self-sufficiency. However, this reluctance to be vulnerable can isolate them from others. They may miss out on opportunities for connection because they are unwilling to open up or ask for support when needed. The paradox is that their very strength, their intellectual prowess, can become a barrier to true intimacy with others, as they may find it difficult to let their guard down and expose the raw parts of themselves. This guardedness can also extend to their emotions. While they are often adept at understanding and analyzing their thoughts, they may struggle to fully understand or express their feelings. They may be so caught up in their mental processes that they neglect their emotional needs, pushing them aside or dismissing them as illogical. This emotional detachment can lead to frustration and internal conflict, as they are not able to fully process or express their emotions in a healthy way. Instead, they may bury their feelings, only to have them resurface later in more destructive forms, such as anxiety or anger. In some cases, this detachment can cause relationships to suffer, as others may perceive them as cold or distant. Another weakness that often plagues intelligent individuals is a tendency towards cynicism. Having spent years analyzing the world and its workings, they may grow disillusioned with the simplicity of others' beliefs or actions. They may find it difficult to accept things at face value, always questioning motives, intentions, and truths. While skepticism can be an asset in avoiding deception, excessive cynicism can lead to a jaded view of the world, making it hard for them to find joy or hope in the everyday experiences that others cherish. This worldview, while rooted in intellect, can become a trap, closing them off from the beauty and wonder that life has to offer. In addition, intelligent people often struggle with the need to constantly prove themselves. Having developed a sharp mind, they are accustomed to being regarded as knowledgeable or capable. However, this constant need for validation can be draining. The desire to be seen as the expert, the go-to person, can lead them to take on too much responsibility or put unnecessary pressure on themselves. They may feel that they must always be right or have all the answers, leading to a fear of being wrong or exposed as fallible. This fear can prevent them from taking chances or admitting when they do not know something, ultimately hindering their growth.